Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Passion Projects, where I talk to people who come on my show and they talk about their passions. So today I have an amazing artist on. Her name is Brooke Jessen. She is a very talented singer. You have to check her out after you watch this video. Her voice will literally give you chills. And I mean that. Like, it gives me chills. So welcome, Brooke. I'm so happy that you came on.
Hi,
we had some technical difficulties yesterday, but we made it happen. So Brooke, you have been in music pretty much your whole life since you were a kid, right?
Yeah. I've got pictures of me maybe like 3 years old being held with a microphone in my hand. So it's been, I knew I wanted to do music. So
how cute. And so you play the acoustic guitar. Do you play other instruments too?
Yeah, I've got a couple acoustics, a couple electrics. I've got a bass. I play a little bit of piano, ukulele. I'm starting to play with like the steel drum a little bit. So just anything to get my hands on. I like just making sounds.
So how do you how do you know what instrument to go to? Like, do you just kind of hear an instrument and you're like, oh, I totally want to learn that or incorporate that in my music? How does that work for you?
Yeah, sometimes that's how it happens. Or like I'll find something at a thrift store. I'm a huge thrifter. I'll just come across an instrument and be like, $30. Oh, I have to have it. And then it comes home with me and joins my collection of instruments. Or a lot of stuff I've been gifted over the years. I try and hang on to instruments that have been presents because I have friends and family who have always supported me and just been like, "Oh, this is what you want to do? Here, go do it."
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite of all the instruments you've been gifted? What's your favorite?
Oh gosh, probably my guitar. Just yeah, it's one of my favorites. I always go back to my guitar. And then I bought myself a keyboard and have been connecting to it so much, but I just moved and lost the cable for it. So I haven't find it or play it.
Maybe somebody will gift that to you.
News. These few unpacked boxes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Moving sucks.
Yeah. But new beginning.
Yeah, that's right. New beginning, new chapter. You're in California, right?
Yeah, I'm in LA County right now.
Okay, so you're kind of like in the hub. In fact, that actually brings up a question. How has the whole COVID situation affected you? Because you can't play your live music. So how are you performing?
Oh gosh. Performances have been pretty much non-existent for the last year and a half. Sorry, my dog is whining for attention right now in the background.
Cute.
Yeah, it's been pretty non-existent. Even though I am doing a show. Oh my gosh, can you hear her?
A little bit. That's okay. I have one of those too. I have a dog too, so I get it.
Sorry, it's the eyes, puppy dog eyes.
It's totally okay.
Haven't done many shows this past year, except for a few live videos just on Instagram or Facebook. I've got a bunch of music I've been working on that I'm going to be releasing later this year, so that's kind of cool. But I do actually have my first festival I'm playing later this month. It's called Desert Underground, and it's socially distanced. It's all up to CDC guidelines. We've got an officer and everything going to be there, but I'm excited to dip my toe in the festival pool and get a little performing done for the last time in a year. Yes.
And where is that at? Where's the Desert Underground going to be at?
It's going to be out in Palmdale.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of an underground thing. So day of, if you've bought tickets or donated, you get sent an email with directions that tells you like go this many miles and then hit your odometer and make a left at the red cone.
Oh, there's your doggy.
Yeah, she really wants my attention, so she came and put herself here.
She's so cute.
Yeah.
So, okay, so your album is called A Life Worth Listening to.
Yes.
And that was released in 2017. And then I know you said after that you have released a handful of singles. So how would you explain your genre? Because I feel like you're kind of like you're a bit bluesy, folksy. Like how would you describe it?
Oh gosh, I try and dabble in a little bit of everything. I've got a bunch of unreleased EDM music, some kind of blues music, rock music. There's just acoustic, like coffee house sounding music.
Oh yeah, that's a good description actually.
Yeah. Multi-genre. I always have a hard time with this question. The few times I've had to like fill out paperwork and put down my genre, I'm always like multi. It depends on the mood.
Exactly.
On everything. So I mean, I think there's a little bit of influence from hip hop and rap and rock and 80s, 90s. I like oldies, like really old music.
Yeah.
Music not even in my language. I love French music. It's so beautiful.
Oh, oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
Well, I know, like, so that the song that I like when I hear it, it gives me chills. It's Smoldering. That's like a total sultry, like, oh, bluesy. It's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, I know that's one of my longer songs too. So the fact that you like it, I'm like, oh, thank you. Went a little out of the normal on that one. Have like a 5-minute song.
No, but it's awesome.
I like it. Yeah, that song. That's one of the few ones I got to do a music video for, and it was so awesome. I got to shoot part of it at a mansion. Just some friends of a friends made it possible, and that's always fun, you know, when you get to do something kind of out of the blue. And
oh yeah, totally,
absolutely, yeah. A lot of that was shot in their backyard, and then some of it shot on a trip that I took when going to audition for The Voice, which was.
I know. So you have to talk about that. I want to hear all about that.
Okay. So I've done that twice, and both times I've gone, I've actually gotten like held back in the room and talked to after everyone else has been taken away, pretty much for them just to tell me like, you've got something, but we don't know if you're right for this. Like, we're going to keep watching you and see what you're doing. So just know that we're watching you. And I mean, I've kind of had that in the back of my mind. It doesn't feel like I'm supposed to make it with the mainstream, like singing other people's stuff. Because they want such a specific image, and it's so hard to change. I am me. I don't want to be that image. I want to be.
Yeah. No, that please, like, keep that, because that authenticity is that's the key. That is what is going to catapult you, you know, into being what you're meant to be. And that's why that's part of this show, is because it's trying to bring people to be their authentic selves and follow their passion and stay the line. And so that is perfect. I don't want you to be part of mainstream. I love that you're on your path, but I'm sorry, I know I'm kind of getting off track. So like, tell me how the whole process went. Like, what was that like? Was it so nerve-wracking?
Absolutely. So the first time that I went, I was 17, and they asked me if I wanted to audition in North California, up in like San Francisco, 2 days later, which was actually my 18th birthday. So because I was still 17 at the time, I couldn't go up by myself. I had to go with my mom and my aunt. Like, they made this huge trip out of it and told the whole family, and it just became this huge thing. I got so many messages about like, don't mess up, break a leg, like, I don't know if what got to me, or I just wasn't expecting what I walked into. But I mean, you go from one waiting room to another waiting room to another waiting room where you can actually hear people performing before you. And I had no idea that when you walk in, there was going to be a television camera and an X on the floor, and you stand on the X about 4 feet away from it and sing into it. And I mean, there are people like behind desks, and they're all listening. It just wasn't what I was expecting. I expected the judges out on the judges in front of me that are just going to be sitting there. But yeah, I don't think it was meant to be, but I got some really good footage and a great opportunity. And one of my favorite songs actually was written because of that experience and getting to go through it. So
what song is that?
That one's Come On, I'm Ready.
Okay.
And you can kind of hear some of the lyrics that I was talking about. Like, I've been here before, I know what I'm doing. And it's pretty much me talking to myself before going on to stage, telling myself, like, I've been here, I know what I'm doing. Like, let's just go out and get it. And like, I'm ready for this. So.
And then did you sing, when you auditioned, do they let you pick what songs that you want to audition to, or do they tell you?
They do, but you have about 10 to 15 seconds to impress them. I know they tell you, they give you like 30 seconds. They don't. You got 10 to 15 seconds. If they don't like your song choice, they're going to ask you to change it on the spot. Or like, I auditioned with Brandy Carlisle's The Story. I love that song. And I feel like it gives a lot of range. And I didn't get to the high part of the song. It was like only the low part. And then they cut me off. And I was like, oh, okay. And they're like, yeah, we want to do something else. Go to something else. And I think when you have practiced one thing so much and you're so ready to give that your all, and then someone tosses it up, you're like, what?
Oh my gosh. I would lose my shit. I'd be like, oh, I'd probably start crying in the corner.
the chin quivers.
Yeah, exactly. The little, oh no. Oh, yeah. Well, so how did you feel like when they said that to you? I know this might be kind of a dumb question, but did you feel heartbroken, or were you like devastated, or were you like, you know what, this is just gonna make me stronger?
A little bit of both,
It's your dog. Hi, puppy. It's
okay. A little bit of both. Right when they call you to stay in the room, you're thinking, oh my God, this is it, I made it. And then they tell you didn't make it, but to come back and you're like, well, I mean, I'm so sad I didn't make it, but they told me to come back. I'm so sorry. She did. You think I never loved this dog?
Mine is the same way. I actually had to put my dog in my bedroom because I knew she would be like, she's a little yapper, so.
No. Are you mom?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it does break your heart a little bit, and then having to go home and you have people asking you how it went, and you're like, no, I didn't make it. Like I thought I did, but yeah, you just kind of keep going and make something out of the pieces that are left from it,
Yeah. God, that is amazing. I don't think I'd have the courage to do that. Well, I'm a terrible singer, so I know I wouldn't, but be like, oh my God, I couldn't do it.
Aww.
So, okay, so give me a story. Like, what has been on this part of your journey so far, what's been like the most intense, spiritually significant moment that you're just like, oh my gosh?
Oh, they happen all the time. They happen all the time. Oh my God. I'm a very spiritual person, and I listen to signs I see all over the place, whether it's like a physical sign, someone saying something multiple times as I'm reading things, weird coincidences, people coming into your life. I guess maybe one of the biggest ones is just meeting my old manager is Jessen A.K.A. I mean, it was such an odd way to meet. I worked at a bar and grill, and one of the new waitresses ended up being a woman, and like her husband were starting up a company and promoting people, and they ended up pushing me to get my entire first album out. And I mean, just by chance, she walked by while I was writing lyrics and was like, what's that? And we just like started talking about it and hit it off. And I mean, they took a huge chance on me. Less than a year later, we had an album out. They are the ones who drove me to do my voice audition, like just, I guess, divine placement and letting people into your life. But I mean, other than that, I've had where I'm thinking about something. Like I went through a period a couple years ago where I was just not doing the best I've ever done. You know, we all go through those, like the downs of the roller coaster. And it was on one of the downs, and I was just having a moment, and I felt like I had this, like, I was just missing something. It felt like I had a God-sized hole inside of me, and I was looking for that. And I know like a bunch of people are super religious. I'm not religious. I feel more spiritual. But I felt like I was missing having that super strong belief in something. And as I'm thinking about this, I drive past a billboard, and it's like, are you missing God? Like just getting quite like literal signs on things. As I'm driving past this, I see a license plate with triple digits, and then another license plate with 1, 2, 3, like going in sequence. And then I like, as I'm passing all these things, I think a lyric. I'm like, oh my God, that was good. I gotta sing that. And so I pull out my phone and start recording, and just almost an entire song just came out of nowhere. And like 2 seconds later, I got a text from one of my producers that he had a beat he wanted to put me on, and like everything just clicked. And I was like, you know what? I just wrote a song that I want to see if this beat goes to, and it went perfectly. And I mean, it's moments like that where you're like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like there's no doubt in my mind, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and this is leading me down the right path. And I mean, we have such a beautiful creation from that. But yeah, it's all the time.
That is awesome, because you know there are no coincidences. Everything is divine. You're divinely guided, you know. So that is really cool, and that we're all co-creators. So we're constantly manifesting, even though we don't realize it, you know. Like if you're constantly thinking bad shit's gonna happen to you. But if you're thinking like focusing on your goals and all your success, and the right people are going to show up at the right time, and look what happens, you know?
Yeah.
So you're actually co-creating those experiences. So that is so awesome. So what song was that happened when you were getting the coincidence, the syncs?
That's called Dear God. That's actually going to be coming out later this year. Yeah, I'm really excited for it. It's actually a really short song. It's like under 2 minutes. But there's so much emotion in it, and just what I say is straight from my heart. And I feel like a lot of people that I've shown the song to have connected to it and been like, oh my God, play it again.
Oh, that is so cool. I can't wait to hear it. I'm so excited.
I'm excited to release. I'll send it to you when it's out.
Okay, please do. So that actually brings up a question. So like a length of song, is there like a standard, or if there's no standard? Like, do they usually say it should be a minute, 2 minutes? I don't know. I know nothing about the music industry, so.
There is actually, if you want it to get radio play, usually between 2.5 and 3.5 minutes. 3.5 is kind of pushing it, but the golden spot is right at 3 minutes to 3:15.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. So when you
Yeah.
go longer, like your song, "Smoldering," that's 5 minutes, you said?
Yeah, that's pushing 5 minutes.
So would there be some radios that wouldn't play it because it's a longer song, or it just doesn't matter?
I think they wouldn't unless it got more pickup. Like if I was big like Beyonce, of course, I feel like they might play it. But yeah, that's why I know they don't play a lot of like super long songs on the radio unless it's like old Led Zeppelin or something like the classics. You don't see super long songs on the radio anymore because it takes up too much space. They need more ad time.
Yeah. But that's probably why. Do you prefer to? Well, you probably prefer live performances, right? Because then you just kind of like, I'm gonna make this song 10 minutes today.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. That and it's just you get such a different connection when there are people there and you're performing to people. But I don't know. There's sometimes I've been in the studio when you're just able to let something out and like connect with it the way you did when you felt however you did when you wrote it.
Yeah.
But
Oh, how cool. And then
yeah.
have you had an experience when you've been live that like you've just had a connection take over and it's like all the people disappear type thing? It's just like you and source type thing?
I usually get pretty bad stage fright. I'm not gonna lie. My legs will be shaking while I'm performing. Oh yeah. You don't notice it because I mean, I'm a powerful singer. My voice is strong, but I'll be sitting there trembling like knees.
That
Hmm.
would be me, totally.
I know there have been times where I've felt that connection or like cried or something while singing when it just really gets you and you really connect to people, but I have really bad memory. And so it's hard for me to recall specifics. Sorry.
Oh no, you're kidding. I have like the worst memory. I'm like, what did I have for breakfast today?
Did I eat this?
Yeah,
Did I eat dinner last night?
Is today what's my name again? Yeah, I know.
All of the questions.
No. Oh my god. So if people want to, and I'm going to provide links at the bottom to your so some of your videos and your Instagram. Is that probably the best way people could follow you is on Instagram?
Yeah. Yeah, usually I'll push new songs pretty strongly.
Okay.
I know if you want my music, I mean, Spotify has all of the albums I appear on under my artist, like info if you click on it, or Apple Music. I mean, it's weird. I've got some things out on one platform that aren't out on another platform. I have a few songs that are only on SoundCloud, a few songs that I know are only on Apple Music, but for the most part, I have links to everything through my Instagram.
Okay. So I'll make sure to provide that. And I didn't mention that you primarily go by B.Flowers, the letter B, Flowers.
Yeah.
So that's how people would find you.
Yes.
Right?
Okay. Flowers.
Okay, good. And then you'll post flowers. And then you're gonna post your new stuff. Like if people want to come see you in Palmdale at the live show, so people will know they can come and see you and hear your new stuff and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have that posted.
Okay. And then, one last question. So do you think that you will go on The Voice again or like America's Got Talent or any of those shows?
Maybe. I think probably not until they're at least doing in-person auditions again. I know they've got virtual stuff going on because of COVID right now.
Yeah.
But I want to knock their socks off them in person. if I'm going to do it.
Woo! Yeah, you gotta like have your presence. It's just not the same. Like
Yeah.
online.
And
Oh.
plus, it's a whole fun experience going and getting to be in a crowd of people trying to do exactly what you do. I mean, the creativity is just.
Oh my gosh, that would be awesome.
One new friend.
Oh, that would be so cool. Well, I so appreciate you coming on the show. And like I said, I'll have links. I highly encourage everyone to go check Brooke out, aka B.Flowers, because you guys will be blown away. So let's do this again. This was really fun. I can't wait to see how you're just gonna, like a flower, you're just going to bloom.
Thank you.
I know it. Seriously, I know you will. I could feel it in my heart. So
thank you so much. And thank you for having me and letting me blab on and blab on.
oh my gosh. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much. So I just want to encourage everyone again to check out Brooke. And if you like the show, hit the like and subscribe button. And I hope that you all have a lovely day. Bye.